Hey y'all, I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you. Didn't nobody want to listen to me, so I guess here we go. So Russia, what did I tell you? What did I tell y'all? I'm a whole ass psychic in these streets, okay? Call me now for your free tarot reading because I miss Cleo. I done told y'all that this shit was finna pop off. I done told you. If you don't know, go back and listen to the bonus episodes that I put out. The first bonus episode was December the 9th. And I told you. I told you. Okay, so y'all probably sitting up here wondering, like, dang, all of this shit popped off early this week. Where Marissa at? I'm right here. I'm finna tell you what's finna happen, okay? I'm finna tell you. Don't worry, Miss Cleo is here, and I'm finna tell you all of the stuff that's finna pop off. So I told y'all that they was on Ukraine. And I told y'all it's going to be about around this time of year that they were going to pop off. Didn't I say that they was finna pop off? I said they was finna pop off. Anyway, so they popped off. And it's a whole mess over there. It's a whole hot mess. So if you're wondering what had happened, this is what had happened. So Putin was like, okay, Ukraine, we are going to, there's these two territories and we're going to declare them sovereign, okay? So they went in there, it's Donetsk and something that I really just can't pronounce, okay? Listen, I never said I was a journalist, okay? I said I miss Cleo, all right? So Donetsk and this other place, they were like, okay, so we're going to declare you guys sovereign and we're going to like make up a whole bunch of fake peace treaties and stuff like, well, I don't know if it's fake. They was trying to do this on a whole like legal thing. Like they were trying to do it legally. You know what I'm saying? Like they're following the rules as far as like, okay, well, we can't just like bust up in there because then everybody's going to have something to say. But if we make up an excuse, then we can just be like, nah, we the good guys. So they went up in there and they were like, yeah, okay, you sovereign, let's sign some stuff. And so they signed some stuff and then they was like, all right, cool. So they were able to go in through Donetsk and that other place that I can't pronounce and take Ukraine. Well, parts of Ukraine. So you got to see where they came down at. They came down from Russia into these parts of Ukraine, and yeah. So okay, so then Putin was like, oh, we're trying to denazify Ukraine. Now, here's the thing about that. The denazification of Ukraine, there's a lot of people like on the fence with this. Apparently, there's a whole like neo-Nazi movement going on in parts of Ukraine. Just like there's neo-Nazi movements going on here, right? It's everywhere. It's everywhere. So Putin's like, we're trying to denazify because y'all remember back when Hitler was around and he was lying to us and said that we was going, buddy, and then he lied. And then he just ended up fucking us over real bad. Okay, so we don't like Nazis anymore because when we tried to team up, they didn't want to team up. So now we're not friends anymore. So now all of these Nazis that are in Ukraine, well, we're going to say that there's a whole bunch of Nazis over in Ukraine. Well, I'm sure that there are. But there's a whole bunch of Nazis over in Ukraine. So we're going to bust up in there and we're going to take their stuff. So now you've got other groups of people talking about, well, isn't there a president, a Jewish guy? Listen, that don't have nothing to do with anything. Okay, that don't have nothing to do with anything. Our former president, Donald Trump, not everybody was like him. You know what I'm saying? So like, I really hate it when people use that excuse. America voted in a black president. So that must mean that they're not racist anymore. Meanwhile, you got cops still kneeling on folk necks and busting up in people's houses. BT dubs, I still haven't heard nothing about Amir Locke. Are we just sweeping that under the rug? Do we not care that a bunch of cops just busted up in this house and killed this man and he didn't have nothing to do with nothing? We just gonna forget about that? Okay. Okay. We're just gonna forget. Okay. Sick. Anyways, so you can't really say, like, okay, well, since they got a Jewish president, then there must not be any Nazis there. That's a silly thing to say, right? So Putin is using the excuse that there's a bunch of Nazis over in Ukraine, and he's like, okay, I got to go over there and stop it because Nazis equal bad. So that's just, like, honestly, who knows if it's a cover story or not. I've been telling you that they was going to take Ukraine, and what had happened, they took Ukraine. So the way that they're taking Ukraine right now is, I don't know when I'm going to put this out, BT dubs, but the way that they're taking Ukraine, they came down from Russia and they got the borders, right? Because they know that those are their weak points and stuff. And they're trying to surround Ukraine, and with the exception of the points where the UN, the United Nations, got soldiers and stuff, which is like towards, get your map out, it's like towards the eastern part of Ukraine. And everybody's sitting up here talking about, oh yeah, they're going to divide the country up. No, they're not. No, they're not. Ukraine is the crown jewel. Remember what I said? Ukraine was the crown jewel of the Soviet Union. They're trying to rebuild the Soviet Union. They are not about to take half the country. They're taking all of it. So how they finna do that? They are surrounding the country on the western side, from the northwest to the far west to the southwest. And what they're planning on doing is pushing inward. I don't know if y'all remember that episode of Game of Thrones. I can't remember who they was fighting, but Jon Snow was in it. And I think they were fighting the who was it? The dude that married Sansa, and they had their sigil is like the flayed man. Y'all remember? If you've never seen Game of Thrones, none of this is gonna make any sense to you. But if you've seen Game of Thrones, if you know what I'm talking about, that battle that they had, and the people, what was their name? I forgot. But the people of the dude who married Sansa and did all that nasty stuff, and was feeding people to dogs and stuff. Okay, they were fighting them, right? And so what they did was they surrounded Jon Snow's people, and they like moved in on them. They was covered with their shields, and they moved in a little bit closer, and they take their sword, stab, and boom, they got a couple of folks dead. And then they would move in a little bit more, and then boom, stab somebody, mo folk dead. And they were like pushing them into this circle so that way they could just pick them off like birds until the Boltons. That's what it was. The Boltons. Okay, so Jon Snow and his people were fighting the Boltons. Okay, so then the Sansa and Littlefinger teamed up, and then Littlefinger got Sansa's auntie, that crazy lady that be breastfeeding her 10-year-old son. Her people, I can't remember. It's been a minute, but they got her folk to come out and kill everybody. But okay, so that's basically what Putin, the same strategy that they're going to do, except they're not going to completely encircle the Ukraine. What they're planning on doing is pushing back, and all of these UK forces and US forces and all of the folks that are there from NATO, they're going to push them out towards Poland and Belarus, right? So that way they can go ahead and take Ukraine, and then once they regroup, they're going to take Belarus. Forget about Poland. They'll be able to go into Poland and then push everybody else out to the, what is it? I don't have my map out, but I believe Belarus, it goes like, okay, it's like China. It's like Russia way up here, right? And then down below, there's like Crimea and stuff, but that's Russia now. And then down below, it's like Ukraine, and to the west, the northwest is Poland, and then the southwest, or the south, west is, no, scratch that. Up top, Belarus. Down bottom, Poland. Listen, get a map. Get a map. Just get a map. Just get a map. You'll see what I'm talking about. And they're going to push them out to those two countries, right? Once they regroup, they're going to push folks out of Belarus down into Poland, and they're going to take Belarus. How do I know this? Because Joe Biden is our do-nothing president, okay? Putin and Russia provide 40% of the world's oil reserves. Okay? 40%. That's a pretty big percentage. That's a pretty big percentage. Now, if Biden was serious, if Biden was not a do-nothing president, he would have put them sanctions on the oil, on all of the major minerals. He would have put sanctions on these top banks that these oligarchs use. So that way there will be no funding for the military operations that they're using to get Ukraine. But again, Joe Biden is our do-nothing president. He ain't finna do nothing. He's putting sanctions on, but go and look at the sanctions that he put on Russia. They ain't got nothing to do with anything that is serious. They provide 40% of the world's oil reserve. So if we put sanctions on them, that's gonna hurt us more than it'll hurt them, but it'll still hurt them. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a game of, you know, who can overlook the people so that we can get what we want. Does that make sense? So like, if Joe Biden really cared about this war, he would have been like, okay, we're going to go to Saudi Arabia. We're going to get some more oil from them. We're going to go to all these other countries that have oil, like Brazil got oil, and all these other places got oil. Right now, we don't have that much beef with China and that much beef with India, but he could just be like, hey, yo, Putin's on that fuck shit again. Yo, like we ain't finna hurt him, but we finna hurt him. So we need some oil. He could very easily do that. Very easily. Sanctions on these banks would not hurt us at all. At all. So why hasn't he done it? Because he is our do-nothing president. He ain't finna do shit. Now, with all of this that's going on, should we be involved anyway? No. But Biden and NATO really wanted to talk all of this big boy shit. We go do this and we go do that. But they never back anything up. So, of course, you know, Russia's not going to be super scared about it because they're like, well, y'all be saying that the worst that you're going to do is sanctions. We are okay with the sanctions. So we're going to go ahead and move in. They saw that as like the green light. They were like, ain't nobody said that they was going to come up in here with guns and bombs and shit. So we're just going to go ahead and do what we're going to do. They're rebuilding the Soviet Union. And once they rebuild it, it's going to be over for every other country, except for maybe China. Continent. I keep saying countries. Russia is a continent. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on. That's basically what's happening right now. I personally feel like we need to just stay the hell up out of it. Let them folks fight their battles, okay? Because those are a different breed of, I'm going to say it, that's a different breed of white folk. Okay, that's a completely different breed of white folks. Okay, they're not like the same kind of white folks in England. They're not like the same kind of white folks in Canada. They're not like the same kind of white folks here in America. Okay, those are a different breed of white folks. The ex-president of Ukraine is in the streets with AKs. Dead ass. So like, that's a different breed of white folk. Could you imagine any of the Bushes or Clintons or hell even Obama being in the streets with an AK if somebody decided they was going to bust up in here and try to take America? Could you imagine that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is a different type of white folk. Let them fight their own battle. Okay? Let them do their own thing. Okay? Ukrainians, they can do just as much damage, okay? And they can inflict damage and they can take damage. We got involved by talking all of this big boy shit. We're not doing anything for real. Nobody is. We just thought that, oh, okay, well, maybe we could scare them out of not taking Ukraine. We couldn't scare them out of not taking Ukraine. So unless we gonna go up in there and start busting heads, we really just need to stay the hell up out of it. Honestly, either way, we just need to stay the hell up out of it. We got our own problems right here at home. You understand? Cops are still killing black folks in the streets. No problem. Yeah, okay, them 3 white dudes that with Ahmaud Arbery's trial, they was found guilty, and the folks that were the police officers that were just standing around watching Derek Chauvin kill George Floyd, they got, they got harsh sentences too, or whatever. Not harsh, they got sentenced because they were accessories. You know what I'm saying? So like, okay, Joe Biden is giving out crack pipes, and Joe Biden is up here giving out crack pipes during Black History Month. Listen, we have our own problems. We got our own shit to have to deal with. So it's just kind of like, letting our grass get completely overgrown, and then our neighbor stop mowing their grass for 2 weeks, and we going over there talking about, oh, y'all need to fix this. No, stay in your own backyard and fix your own stuff. The simple fact that Joe Biden has not done anything significant to stop this invasion from happening, that ought to let you know ain't nothing's gonna happen here. And if this week has shown us anything, it's that we've pretty much solidified a Trump 2024 because Joe Biden refuses to do anything. And I'm sorry, say what you want to about Donald Trump. Say what you want to about Donald Trump. But Russia didn't try to pull these moves under him. They did with Obama and they got away with it. And they're doing it with Biden and they're going to get away with it. So, I mean, like, say what you want to about the man, but we wasn't on the brink of no World War III. And as a matter of fact, let me take that back. We're not on the brink of World War III right now. It's not fixing to happen. We're going to send a few more troops over there. England's going to send a few troops over there. Scotland might send some folk. Norway might send like a person or two that knows like Krav Maga or some shit. But nothing is going to actually happen. It's not about to be World War III. They're just going to take Ukraine. And they're going to continue to take all of these different countries. And it's all going to be swept under the rug, just like they did with the Mirlat. It's all going to be swept under the rug. But because we were talking all of this big boy shit, Putin has a long memory. And he's not going to forget. He's not going to forget. He's like a elephant in a sense. His memory is very, very long. Man been president for 22 years. He has been president for 22 years. And counting. He's still out there riding on horses and shit. But booty ass naked in the forest. I told you, this is a different breed of white folk. Okay? And I'm sorry, white folks here. White folks in Australia. White folks all over the world. I'm sorry, guys, but y'all ain't got nothing on these Russians. Y'all ain't got nothing on these Russian folk. These are a different breed of white people. Let them fight their own ish. And let's get back to making our shit better. We're so busy trying to stop Putin from rebuilding the Soviet Union because we knew how powerful they were. But instead of making our country better so that way they wouldn't be able to surpass us, we're just going to stop them from doing it? Come on. Come on. Come on. Leave these white folk alone. Leave these white folks alone. Let them fight their own little battles, okay? Go ahead. And the folks over in Ukraine, if you've turned on the news in the past couple of days, you'll sit there and see that they're either like, yeah, we finna stay and fight, or they're like, no, we ain't mad. We ain't mad. It's okay. It's fine. There's people in Russia suffering. There's people in Ukraine suffering. It's fine. It's okay. They can blow up my house. It's fine. They can kill my neighbor. It's fine. It's okay. We're not mad. There is no in between over there. There's no in between. So just let them do their own thing, okay? Just stay the fuck up out of it and fix your own. Let's fix our own stuff. Let's just fix our own stuff. But listen, y'all didn't listen to me back in December. Y'all ain't finna listen to me now. So all I can do is just talk. All I can do is just let y'all know what's happening. Because nobody will listen to me. I'm telling you, I got the solutions, but don't nobody want to listen to me. So we just gonna end it here. That's it for this episode, y'all. Bye.